been a minute. Grand day, Breath family. Pray everything is going well with you. We're going to do a Q&A, and I want to go over the differences and show you the difference between the home scalar and the portable scalar. All right, so let's flip this. So the laptop version versus the portable version. So the portable version uses 12-mile radius of the frequencies, and I even did a test earlier today with the electric reader. It's really cool. I'm going to post that later. But this is for the intensity of the frequencies, and this is a frequency range. So just because it says 100 doesn't mean it's 100 hertz. It's just the frequencies in terms of what's available in the 100 percentile, and you're going back and forth. So let's say the frequencies going from 0 all the way to, let's say, 33 hertz is all available. From 0 to 33 hertz, and 33 hertz would be the 33 hertz would be the 100 percentile. And you can adjust the intensity of the energy going into the scalar plate. So this is a quartz crystal, if you don't know. And if you guys know Arc and who Nassim is, if you've heard of Nassim, we're actually going to be testing out his Arc reactor and see what happens. Should be very, very, very interesting. So that's the portable version, 12-mile radius, and this is the home version. And the home version comes with the laptop frequency generator and the amplifier. And this is how I do the remote sessions, where when you send the picture, shout out to Nikwa. It was her birthday yesterday. Well, she's enjoying it in the islands right now. Shout out, sister. So what I would do is I print out the picture, we scalify it, and actually place it onto the scalar. Now, if you have the scalar itself, you can actually just put your hands on it and actually hold the plate itself and run it. So you can do it. The laptop version has over 40,000 different frequencies. So I just wanted to share this because everyone been DMing me about testosterone. So testosterone is in here and normalized level. So it's a 3-minute runtime, but you can have it on repeat for a whole hour and do a whole session. So you can actually input over 75 different frequencies. And this isn't new technology. This is ancient technology. We're just remembering. That's all it is. This is the age of remembrance. And if you look at all the old Indian temples and you look at all the old African temples and stuff of that nature, you see some really sophisticated technology that once was. I'm actually going to share this video. Where is it? Because this may look familiar for some people who have been following me for a very long time. Let me see if I can find it. Where is it? Bear with me. I definitely want to share this because this is crazy. And it just shows you the layers that's finally being peeled back in this lifetime that we live in. We're so blessed. Where is it? All right, looks like I'm gonna just have to post it, and I'll talk about it later. But I'm gonna go live a little bit later on too, so bear with me on that. All right, so it doesn't have to be a particular disease you have or illness. You can actually you can even put vitamins in here. If you saw the testimonial with the water, how she bought a distilled water and she didn't taste the plastic anymore once she placed it on the scalar. So there's so many different things in here too. And if you do events and stuff of that nature, you can put stuff like aura, 7 chakras, and there's so much more in there as well. See, they have vitamin A deficiencies, or I like to do the Vitamag, the complete program. So it has all the vitamins in there. So it doesn't even you don't have to have a deficiency, but why not? Why not? So vitamin deficiencies are in there as well, and so many different vitamins. And you can even do stem cells as well. There's a frequency for stem cells. Oh, thank you. Someone said that's a really good price. Yeah. There's a lady out there that's charging $15,000 for her scalar. So, I want more people to have this as much as possible. All right, so adrenal gland, atomic, it's calming. There's so many things in here. If anyone has any questions, if you want me to search up anything, let me know. There's my favorite as well is the EMF detox, which is also in here. Detox EMF, that's also in here too. If you guys joined me a couple months ago, I had like 20 plus people hop on live and we screenshot the cars. And what I did when I screenshot the cars, I placed the cars just like this with the picture. I placed all the pictures of the cars on here. And then when we placed it on the scalar, a lot of people were seeing clouds above them start to circle around. It's pretty wild. So electrical sensitivity, especially if you have nerve damage, this is one of my go-tos when I work with clients. And this comes with tutorials, so you can do the same exact things I've been doing. If you've been seeing all those testimonials, you can do the exact same thing I'm doing for your community and just spread it out. Back spasms, there's so much. Will this be able to purchase when you retire off social media? That's a good question. That's a really good question. I honestly don't know right now. So we're just living in the moment and we're just being. I really don't know. Can use scalar manifestation. What do you mean? So something to note. We are the scalar. This is an amplifier. And this gives us more access to scalar. It doesn't create scalar. It gives us more access to scalar. Okay? So just like you saw in the testimonials where people were holding it like that and they felt what they felt, you can do the exact same thing like that. But when you're holding it, you can also focus on what you want to manifest, what you're focusing in terms of healing. If you can only afford the portable version or you like the portable version even more. I personally love the portable version for farmers specifically. We're working with so many farmers because all you have to do is replace the batteries, and they come with rechargeable batteries, by the way. All you have to do is replace the batteries and just have it run nonstop. I went to Mexico with this and it lasted me about 2 to 3 weeks in Mexico, like a whole month. Yeah, I was in Mexico for a whole month and I had this. And I learned if you're traveling with this, just say it's an ornament. And if they don't believe you, they'll do a swab test and test it out to see if it's not a bomb and you're good to go. So no worries about traveling with it. Yeah, you can buy it on the website. Link is in my bio. This is great. I can feel it from California and hear it. So that's another beautiful thing about scalar. That's what I try to do in the quote unquote NFT spiritual space. And it didn't, they were all more focused on money, if anything. And my main thing was you could have an NFT video in the front and then in the background have a scalar video that, let me show you what I would do. So what I did for that guy on Wall Street, what I did was I actually had a whole bunch of things. I had DNA healing in here as well. But what I did for him was typed in diabetes. Can we partner on this? I'll be dropping my NFT in January. Yeah, I am so open to collaboration right now. So it's a great window in time. DM me. Totally open. Just wanted to show you guys. See? So there's diabetes, even one. Diabetes 1 is even in here. You see 63 minutes. So what I did was, when I learned, if you Google the patent for HD TV, you'll see you can actually, they're pumping particular certain waves of frequencies through the HD TV. Every time there is a news or some type of government broadcast, that's a time when they are pumping it through the HD TV. And over time, that's when it got cheaper. So what I would do is I would run the particular frequencies that's targeting type 1 diabetes. I put that in there, whatever, right? And as it's running, I would actually take a video of the scalar itself. And the guy who I was working with didn't believe in all this whatsoever. So I was like, okay, have the video playing in the background towards your water. And while he's playing it towards his water, he's at work. And when he would come home, he would drink the water that was playing with the screen facing the water. He would drink the water, and in 2 weeks, his insulin intake went down dramatically. So he was like, what else can I do with this? Well, if you don't even have to see it, while you're at work, why not have it in the back of the tab in your workspace? So we had it playing in the back of the tab. I made like a private YouTube video, and he would have that on repeat for about 3-4 hours at work. And then that was the most tranquil time he's ever had in his space, ever. And to be working in Wall Street, you already know how hectic and stressful that is. No payment plans right now. I am working on that. I really mean it. I really want more people to have this. I want people, especially people, there's a lot of teachers follow me. I want them to put in schools because they're putting towers on the football fields and stuff of that nature. So I really want people to have it. I'm new. Can you brief me on what it is? So no matter where you are, Scalar goes from point A to point B. And you can also integrate this in music as well. There are some musicians that reached out to me, and we have now scalified their music. And the major feedback I'm getting is that the music, it feels warm. And if you go check out what I did with Animal, the 528 Scalar music, go play any type of 528 hertz music you can on YouTube, and then play that and tell me how you feel. And there's a difference, because anytime you upload to YouTube, it doesn't hold the integrity of that vibrational resonance in music. Okay? So with Scalar keeps the integrity of the music and keeps it more, quote unquote, alive, if you will. And you can also imprint certain frequencies beyond the aspect of frequency, actually. It's more, I don't even know how to word this. So what Scalar is non-Hertzian waves, right? Scalar is your thoughts. Scalar is your auric field. And that's why it works well with the human body. And that's why HARP have been using Scalar to modify the weather and then affect people's emotions also. Not a lot of people talk about that part. Not just the weather they're modifying. They're affecting people's emotions, especially in Jersey and Edison, where that HARP station has been for the last 20, 30 plus years. And they're affecting everyone's emotions via weather, and not just weather. When they send out the frequencies through the air, when you're inhaling and all that stuff, what do you think it's doing? It's affecting your emotions in so many different ways. And that's why crime is what it is in certain parts of the world. So that's a beautiful thing what you can do with Scalar. In terms of music as well, it keeps the integrity of music. And like I said, go play any 528 hertz music you can on YouTube, and then go play the scalar music that is embedded specifically with 528 hertz on my YouTube, and see if you yourself can feel the difference. Read the comments. Everyone can feel the difference versus just a random music, because the scalar keeps the source the source file, if you will, if you want to call it that. It keeps the source file intact versus YouTube breaking up that source file and breaking up the frequencies in that sense. It's not truly 528 hertz you're listening to, because certain parameters in YouTube doesn't keep that integrity. Hey, what's going on, Sunrise? Hey, if you have any time to hop on, you're more than welcome to. No, it does not, unfortunately. And it's been like 10 years ago, I learned that I personally don't like listening to certain frequencies on YouTube, because I learned 10 years ago, this guy, he reverse played one of those affirmation 528 hertz or 432 hertz music, and you could hear some dark subliminal music, some dark stuff in that subliminal. So you really don't know like who is making what out there. It could be control opposition, if you want to call it that, but you really don't know who is who on these channels. So, do your due diligence when you're listening to certain stuff, and be aware, because you don't know. Do you truly know how that person made that frequency or where that comes from? You don't know. That's a reality. We're also ingesting music. We're also ingesting frequencies. Even when you go out in the city or when you go out anywhere, you're ingesting frequencies one way or another. So it's important to have a harmonizer, especially in the age where AI technology is coming, whether you like it or not, and there's more cameras going to be around and just more bombarding of frequencies. That's why, scalar and stuff like these technologies are going to be needed way more than ever. You're going to see a total mutation, if you will, in the DNA. Popped in for a quick listen. Okay, brother. Saw a question here. What does it do, and what's its benefits? So what Scalar can do is, no matter where you are in the world, just like we did with her picture, no matter where you are in the world, I can pump out specific frequencies, just like the programs here, via either picture or via music as well too. So when it comes to the music, if I have just one piece of that music, all the different copies of that same music will be scalar embedded. So I want to let artists know out there, if you want to imprint that scalar, and let's say you want to imprint your business logo, you can also do that. So with, just like nature herself, we put nature herself on the scalar as well, the logo. So no matter where that product is, it is synchronized with the frequencies here in Miami being pumped into those products. And it keeps it alive. So if you were to ask me what's faster than sound and light, it's scalar. Electricity is a derivative of scalar. Electricity, sound, light, it's all a derivative of scalar. So you can call scalar a divine source, if you will. It's the same category as chi, ki, prana, chi. It's in the same category. The only difference is it's a continuous flow. And that's why our ancestors, that's why they made the devices they made, because they understood this. That's why certain kings of old would have certain delegations of people praying to him nonstop. What do you think they were doing? They were harnessing the energies that way in so many different fashions and ways. So it's so important to understand why these devices are needed more than ever, especially in these times. All right, so I want to imprint scalar energy into my music. How would I go about doing that? So 2 ways of doing that. If you have an album cover, that's one way of just sending the picture that way. You could do the DNA option or get the scaler yourself, and you can actually have a delegated. I would get the home version. So you would get the home version of the scaler, and you would play your music actually in the scaler too. You could also do that. So that's another way of doing it. Or just get a USB flash drive, place all the music on there, and place it on the scaler. We do offer that, but you would pick the DNA option, and then I would tell you where to mail it at that point. So with the DNA option too, you can get a piece of your fingernail and place it on the scaler, and then remote healing that way as well. So that's another point. All right, I answered that question. Scalar music. How much is it? Where can I buy it? You can buy it on my website, alchemybreath.work. For the whole month of December, use the code BREATHFUL to get 10% off. So do you want to share? Yeah, it's on Spotify. Some of them are on Spotify. In terms of the scalar music, I'm actually working on a breathwork reggae album as we speak, so be on the lookout for that. How can I read more about scalar? So if you go on my website, there's also scalar research. There's also books in there too that you can look on. There's actually one of my favorite books on it. I have a whole library here. So one of my favorite books is Healing is Voltage, Scalar Energy by Dr. Tennant, by actual MD, Jerry Tennant. So this isn't woo-woo. This isn't woo-woo science. This is real. And also another good one is Biogeometry. Biogeometric signatures, and that is the reason why we place those signatures on the scalar itself. So we have that electric resonance going into the scalar, making those signatures more alive, if you will. Right. Any more questions, guys? Or if anybody wants to hop on live and ask any questions. I had no idea HARP is right. Yeah, the building is there. You see all the antennas? It's right there. When I was down there, when I realized it was like right in the heart of it, I wanted to take video of it going live and it working, but they do it randomly. So I didn't personally live in Edison at that time. I lived in like Union area. So I can't just stay out there 24/7 just waiting for them to turn it on. But it's there. You see all the antennas and all the things there. So when those things lights up, they send the frequency through those antennas. So the antenna would be something like this, but it'd be similar, but it's literally like the jet pillar, or you see those old antennas with the spiky things like that. So they would send the frequency, just like we're doing. We're sending the frequency into the scalar, and they would send the frequency into those antennas, and those antennas would then send it into the atmosphere, and then that would shift the weather. And you can actually see it. Anytime you see waves and patterns in the clouds, that's HARP. That is HARP. So all the apps move. Which folder better? Not sure I understand that question. Can I buy from Argentina? Yeah, we ship worldwide. And thank you for the badge, love. You can send Scalar through the phone. I'm technically doing that now. I mean, all my videos from November till now, anything under 1 hour has been Scalar imprinted. So I either made it in the Scalar field, or I actually get the video, edit it, and actually place the Scalar in the back. So whether people like me or not, they're getting Scalar blasted, and I'm actually Scalar blasting YouTube in a certain degree, and Instagram. Even my Instagram page itself is on the Scalar. I took a screenshot of it and I placed it on the Scalar. Shall we wear copper all day, all long for how many few hours a day? Yeah, as much as you can. Could we see your scalar? I guess you're just joining us, but yeah, this is the scalar. And this one comes with the laptop. And this is the portable version. Any more questions, guys? I'm actually going to go live later. This fitness trainer is going to give his live testimony on his scalar experience and his overall healing, what he's been doing with it. And he also got a projector as well. So it's going to be interesting listening to his testimony. The design is really beautiful. Thank you. Yeah, the design is epic. Scalar love device, breathe intentionally. Just a reminder. And on the back, you're not just getting one scalar. You're getting two scalars in one, actually. So if you're familiar with the rodent coil, that's also on the back. And it's something you can feel. The longer you hold on to it, the more you'll feel it. Especially if you're somebody that's skeptical about energy and stuff of that nature, you're going to feel it. Not necessarily. It's all up to you. Someone says bad intentions. So the beautiful thing about the laptop is the laptop version is you can't type in poison and it's not going to pop up. Poison won't be there. Someone says poison. That's funny. I mean, there's gonna be remedies for poison. See, arsenic poison. If you have arsenic poisoning, is a medical condition. Blah blah blah. Yeah. So you can't. You can't utilize the scalar for quote unquote bad intentions. Oh. We actually met last night in person, so maybe he can give his experience with Scalar. We did some inverse breathing with the serotonin breaths. Greetings, brother.
Peace. How you doing?
Peace. You made it already?
No, I'm in Sunrise right now. I stopped to work out. It's gym day today, so I'm gonna sweat a little
Fire.
bit and
Fire.
just
Thank
hang
you for
out.
hopping on.
Yeah, man. I just wanted to say, wow, it was sitting with the scalar device yesterday was amazing. Um, and like my focus in my practice is more so um on the element of fire. So meeting you yesterday was like fire meets air. And yeah, like being in that energy field is so warm. Like and it's so inviting. And at first in my experience, it was really mild, and I felt like a buzzing in my fingers. And then it slowly spread throughout my body. And then I noticed that when that happened, our conversation became more resonant and we laughed a lot. And then, it leveled out. It wasn't as such an ecstatic feeling. And then after the ecstatic feeling kind of died down, it was just like peaceful, but still expanding. So that's cool. And I definitely, I've been working a lot with like tensor rings and things like that. So I definitely want to pick up a scalar device from you at some point, and just kind of program run for my environment at home.
Honored,
Um,
brother.
yeah. So I know this might be a very basic question, but like can you break down like super basic scale, like if I was a person that knew nothing
Okay.
and you were introducing me to scalar technology, like what would you say to me? Like, yo, like what is this thing? Like what does it mean?
So we can put it this way. You have one frequency, right? And you have
Hmm.
another frequency that is similar. And since they're similar frequencies, they match. If they don't match,
Okay.
they don't fit. They won't
Mm-hmm.
fit. So to match that frequency, I would take your picture of
Mm-hmm.
you to match your frequency, and
Right.
then embed certain harmonious healing frequencies into that picture or around that picture with the scalar, and then
Mm-hmm.
you're also receiving it too to get the exact match of energy that's going into the picture.
Wow. Okay. This kind of I'm more on the psychic realm. Like I study like psychics and telepathy and people who like do distance healing. So the concept that you're laying out here is scientifically measurable, but then also kind of confirms people like those psychic healers who can like look at a person in their pic, look at that picture
Remote
and like
viewing.
send them some, yeah,
Yeah.
remote viewing. I have a friend Trudy. She's a remote viewer in Atlanta, and she's helped me with like kind of silencing the chatter so that I can get clear pictures in. And just like sitting with her has allowed me to do that. But yeah, like it's really cool how scalar technology and then it's kind of bridging the technological realm and then like the what is considered to be, at least I'm to the average person, I'm completely woo oriented. Just to let just to let you know. But it's funny how scalar is this bridge between like distance healing and Reiki and all of these things.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I hope it's not just me. Is it just me, guys? Or I hope it's not just me. This connection. But I want to add on to what he said. Can you guys still hear me? Let me know. No, he froze. Yeah. So I wanted to add on to what he said. The fact that also farmers are also seeing the results as well. Not just people, but the farmers are seeing the results from you just using pictures alone. So imagine when farmers actually have the scalar on the farm and receive the healing that the space needs, because we live in a EMF polluted area and environment in terms of the world, and it's only going to grow, unfortunately, but that's the way it is. But when that grows, we can also grow. So never limit yourself in terms of that perception of reality. Okay, here it is. If you guys didn't see, oh, that's not the one. But yeah, this is another testimony. Okay, it's coming back.
Yo, how's it going, man?
Hey, brother, how's it going?
I'm good. Could be better. Going good. Doing good.
Yeah, do you have any questions on Scalar?
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna step outside real quick. I heard you talking about the music. And that you
You're breaking up, brother.
can hear me?
You still there, brother?
And then you can purchase
Okay,
like
I can hear
the
you now.
yeah. You can purchase the scalar off of your website, just off Instagram, for like music and.
Yeah, it's all on there.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other questions?
I think I remember it, but the scalar. How much does it cost for the machine itself for one of the devices?
So instead of 15,000, like Sandra Rose's Michael's, this is like 15 grand. The portable one is 1,200. The one with the laptop is 1,800.
Yeah. Okay. 18 and 12.
Yes, sir.
Sounds good. Yeah.
All right, brother. Have a breathful day.
Yeah. You take care, man. Thank you.
Peace. All right. Any other questions, guys? I'm gonna hop out here. We have to head out. Everyone's about to head out. So everyone have a breathful day. If you found value in this, share it. if you have any other questions, you can hop on. You can hop on a little bit later. I'm gonna go live in a couple hours. I have a client coming over for hyperthyroid. After that, later on in the night, I should be hopping on live, and this fitness trainer will give his testimony on how he's using Scalar and how he's impacting his family. So have a breathful day, guys. Peace.